Hi everyone. What's up? How are you doing? I hope everyone is having a sound day. And let's get back to our lesson. I hope you had a good vacation. Um, all right, so we'll start from where we left out. Class 7. We have some of our exercise chapters. The page number 9, Era. From here onwards, we'll try to converse or speak in English as maximum or most possible as we can, because we receive order from the top that we are supposed to speak in proper English or proper Tibetan. Anyhow, I'll try to converse in English, and we'll try to break down some of the points in Tibetan, if possible. Yes. All right. We have done exercises, chapter 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we have finished or covered up that part. So today we're going to cover up the rest of the part. That is question number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's our main task for the day. I hope whoever watching this video have a textbook or a book or a notebook with them so that they could write down the important points. Let's start with this. Okay, so the first question is, why do organisms take food? Okay, so this is a very simple question. Here, the organisms can be any living things. It could be plant, animal, or even ourselves. We can ask ourselves that, why do you eat food? There are plenty or plethora of answers. Right? You can say that, oh, the food is tasty, that's why I want to eat. Or maybe you were like, oh, that smells nice, that's why I want to. Or it's tasty. It could be sweet or salty, right? But there are many certain definitive answer to this question, such as I've written here. Answer: we as living organisms need energy to build our body, right? We need to build our body, as in, like, take the case of this plant. So the plant has to grow, right, over the time. So for that to happen, it needs to have energy, and the energy is acquired in the form of food, right? When we get food, we get energy to grow up and to become a big, strong plant, or in our case, to become a grown person. This is called growth. As you go, salong chidwa. Maso kala se jumzin chi kala na maso kare subu salong chedela la korea. And the second reason is protect ourselves from diseases or immunity, you can call it. So this is, as you can see, this image of lots of fruits and vegetables from which we get vitamin C, A, E, D. These all vitamins help us to develop a better immunity from all the diseases and bacteria outside our body. So when this kind of bacteria tries to harm our body, this vitamin C and all helps us to fight them back, or at least help our body to develop that protection against all these diseases, right? So unso kare nasa natu koptiya subu kare nasa na mayunga chituya kala peshna vitamin D, A, B ro mangpu ro tin sama sawura shina kurang de kere ngonzu subu nanglo zinge ka chinu ba chira nyushula ro chele pe pendo wora ozi kurang so chamba na wora shina yemena ngila sa kezanguma na wora shina kala ya busale da kala ya busa wora shina subu suela ye chigro ko chigo dinya she kare sunjab chele ro ko chigo dra. Okay, the last point is to reproduce. Okay, so reproduce means, as you can see in this image, a mother chicken gives birth to a egg, and then egg becomes a chick. All right. So like that, a mother and father produces its offspring. Offspring means a children, right? So reproduce means producing another person or another living beings from the mother, right? Koran ke amane pusu twa onela reproduce la odra, and reproduce la energy pe mamgota. So you require a tons of energy to reproduce, right? So that, and this, and all we derive all this energy from the food which we consume. Consume as in like we eat, right? So short and short, yeah. Todu lana monzu kare subu salong che, subu sungyap che, ani kare maung pa pelkyu che la ya, ani kala gore nyuba de kare kala ne chungo resa dokto che ya. You don't have to write or take out all this picture. You can just copy this thing. I hope you understand the point. That's the main reason, okay? Moving to the second question. The second question says, distinguish between a parasite and a saprotrop, right? Distinguish here refers to as differentiate. Okay. So you can put it bluntly as difference. Difference. So we'll have one column for parasite and another column for a saprotrop. So we'll try to differentiate between why parasite is so different from saprotrop, right? Okay. So parasite are entirely dependent on the host for food. Okay. So entirely means entirely 100% you are dependent on the host for food. Yeah. Kaskuta example, we have given an example of kaskuta, right? Kaskuta are yellow plant and they don't have their own chlorophyll, hence they can't produce their own food, right? But they rely on the tree plant. There's a big tree, right? So it's taking all its nutrition, 100% of nutrition from this host plant. Whereas in the case of saprotrops are dependent on death and decay for food. Let's take the case of mushroom. Here, the mushroom is eating or getting nutrition, food from the tree bark. Okay, so there's a main different source of energy, right? The parasite is 100% dependent on a host. And separate operation, simjin shisa yo, emanaya, shindo shisa yo, should the usual wondical tine, also color ratang, manda redoa. Okay, moving to the second point, Kaskuta plants lacks chlorophyll. So parasite, that means parasite can't produce its own food. Yeah, lacks chlorophyll, right? Color jangu chigriga. That's one side of yellow chigriga. Sorry, it's yellow in color because chlorophyll gives what color? Green color. But Kaskuta has yellow color. That means it doesn't have green pigment or the chlorophyll, right? Okay, for saprotrop, require hot, humid weather to grow. Yeah. So saprotrop, for example, take the case of a mushroom, right? In order to mushroom to grow, mushroom chia, chopper emana care change the punzo kare, namshi kare these two, chau hot, two this year, humid lana, chuna long nalo sikpa, sikpa you to share, this is called the weather, yeah. On to share. And the third one is an example of a parasite. Here I've given an example of a Kaskuta and a virus, right? And there are plenty of examples. We have a mosquito. Mosquito can be one. This is, I think it's a tick or something which we found in a cow. The kishing to This is a kishing chiria. Kishing la kale tick area. The pajugula comedy. Katmal, I think this is called katmal. I'm not sure. Katmal, yeah. So like there's many things, right? If we take the case of a mosquito, the female mosquito relies on human blood for its children, right? So that means it is relying on us. We are the host, right? So there can be one parasite. The another aspect of parasite is that parasite usually never helps the host. The mosquito, it's never like that, right? In fact, they harm us. Like that, in the case of Kaskuta never helps the tree. Parasite usually never helps the tree. Okay. I hope this clarifies the parasite and saprotrop, or at least you'll have some idea to differentiate between a saprotrop and parasite. Given the example of a saprotrope here is given as simple as mushroom and a vulture. Vulture can be an eagle-like creature found in African nations, right? They usually eat all the dead remains of animals. You are vulture like the kare simjin you are monsu kare shinan ma simjin you road mongol haju ira lion and the shower the sun pakwa you shida then someone salad or what you are. Okay, that all right. We'll move on then. Moving on to the third one, we have how would you test the presence of starch in leaves, right? Starch is basically a food produced by the leaves, right? Or the food produced by a plant. Okay. Um, so we'll come to the next part of photosynthesis, where how the food is produced and the food is conserved or stored in the form of starch. So, color sugar, carbohydrate and disorder. But carbohydrate the kunsuki san shabu ko kare starch like you do, starch yeah, starch like you do. Okay, okay. So we'll see how this comes out. Okay, so the kasu kore handler starch the do mundo ya kandi how go re la water. How would you test the presence of starch in leaves? Yeah, once loma yura loma nalola starch do mundo how go. Okay, this is a simple test. It's called iodine test. Iodine test that you we can perform an iodine test on a leaf extract. Leaf extract na also loma loma di kara tuna bania loma tsirsita just make a extract loma tsira loma tsine kwatengura. We make a juice from the lemon leaf, right? Leaf a juice juice kare color jangura. Okay, and to that just put few drops of the iodine solution. As you can see in the image, that person is putting a few drops of iodine not on the leaf, it's a potato. Sugar, few drops of iodine solution on the leaf extract. On the leaf extract, example, leaf extract, the mochina, leaf extract, lomage, chukwakirda. On the iodine solution, just put a few drops of iodine solution. And if the solution color changes from brown to blue, then it is because of starch present. So here, the actual color of the iodine solution is brown or reddish, right? Color mau we have a brown type. Now the thing is that when you put in on a leaf, you have a potato will do it turn into a blue or blackish chadra. That means the starch is present. Wow. So these are put show like loma also we did an experiment on loma, the plant which is kept in dark for 3 days and the plant which is kept in the daylight for 3 days. If it has bluish color, that means starch is there. The dark in the dark room, there was no change in color. Black and brown color, the Raja brown, that cousin now photosynthesis occurred because the plant was in a dark room, right? Let's take another example of the seed. Take the case of an apple versus a potato. When an iodine solution was put here, the color didn't change. The color remained same yellowish, right? In the case of potato, the color changed or turned into a blue-black. That means here the starch is present, whereas here there's no starch. So you can see the difference, right? I wish we can do an experiment in the school, but I don't think we have the facilities to have all this experiment. We'll see next time, right? All right. Please let me know if this doesn't clarify. It's gonna take some time, but eventually you'll get it through, I hope. Okay, the second last question. Give a brief description of the process of synthesis of food in green plant. So, as I mentioned earlier, photosynthesis, that is the production of food in the plant in presence of sunlight, right? So you have seen this image, right? I hope it's there in the page. I am guessing. See the page number 3, figure 1.2. You can see this. So the photosynthesis condition photosynthesis simple the equation can detail. If you just write this equation, then it's a very good chance that you have received good marks here. But you need to explain few of the steps here. You need to explain how this is coming and what are the things being produced, right? Okay. So let me have a read on it. Yeah, the process of photosynthesis, that is carbon dioxide and water. Okay, carbon dioxide short form CO2 short form chemical chemical formula water H2O into water. And here it's supposed to be sunlight and chlorophyll and they produce what? The result is the product. Carbohydrate. Carbohydrate food and plus oxygen is an extra byproduct. Oxygen. Okay, so I'm going to read the process. Photosynthesis, it is a natural process in plant by which carbohydrate food is produced. CO2 is taken from the air. CO2, carbon dioxide, is taken from the air through the stomatal pores. Stomatal pores, pores and water is absorbed. See, carbon dioxide is taken from the stomatal pores and water is absorbed from the leaves. Okay. So to photosynthesis to occur, we need carbon dioxide and water, right? The water is taken from the root and carbon dioxide is taken from the leaves and the stomatal pores, right? The chlorophyll present in the leaves helps in capturing and converting the solar energy into chemical energy, then to food, right? So the solar energy is captured by who? By the chlorophyll present in the leaf, right? And the solar energy is converted into chemical energy, then to carbohydrate, right? Which we consume as our food, right? Starch in some carbohydrate form. This is what the goes on a pair. God bless. But simple as that, photosynthesis carbon dioxide the solar energy solar energy the loma jura. Then the carbon dioxide the glucose carbohydrate chungora. And then the oxygen the numbe lugora. Oxygen the simple as that, right? Okay. The final question. All right. Because for the Lena, good for you. But as the group na we'll discuss in the group if any kind of trouble occurs, right? Or you can approach me on a private message, right? WhatsApp, show with the help of a sketch that plants are the ultimate source of food. Color inside that use doing the use that amada village like Amazota Panida. The Rumana Tabinada. Some of the suit carnivore Havura, Shasanira, carnivore Shasaniraj, the Judan, Eagle the Chavitida, omnivore and Aniga Shatan Sins and Nihagura, then a herbivore, cockroach to the herbivore, it's not cockroach, it's a cricket, cricket num as a tapalira. So I think it's Aslakba, I'm not sure. Grasshopper, maybe, yeah. So herbivores in Sasanida, okay. Sasanida, the producer, this is the plant, right? Producer Lana Suni, Rasunira. Taku Karisore, it makes food, right? Food, yeah, Kalasogura. From sunlight and water and carbon dioxide, right? Okay. The concept, relation, Kala Yumara, Mafuta Nima take up on a color right way. No, we don't get energy from sun directly, except vitamin D. That's a different aspect. From water, we don't get energy. Water helps our body to function. Water the medium vision. Choosing was energy driver. Choosing was sooner yama dweller for watching carrier. It helps us to carry the energy up and down, right? Okay, but who gives us energy? We get energy, right? That means, and it is the energy produced from sunlight and water and carbon dioxide. And this energy is transferred to the herbivores. Energy, okay. Then the herbivores are consumed or eaten by the mouse, right? And mouse la kare energy right, full energy right? And these mouse are omnivores, are also eaten by small snakes, right? And the snake receives energy. Look at how the energy is being passed on, right? The grass passed on the energy, and the herbivore passed on the energy to the mouse. The mouse passed on to the snake, and the snake passed on to the eagle. The eagle. Now the thing is that when eagle dies, as I mentioned earlier, there's a thing called saprotrophs, right, which feeds on death and decay, right? So when the eagle dies, eagle 통째가 통째는 수분 나와 수분 sana subu sana 냐디와 sana 뭐리가 the decomposers or the saprotrophs feed on them. They eat all these eagles so which is in the sama kare the mushroom disaura. Ane kare mushroom dia jo mushroom di shiva when the mushroom time comes mushroom di shira sishin di kare mushroom saja or tree mushroom ka ji subunalo nutrients pe mangor chupe mangor on sama sana shudura at sishin di energy. So there's a very beautiful circle as you can see. Kala yaya do pado so circle change. So where does the circle starts from? Circle the kanekuzud. It starts from the plant, right? And which shows that it is the ultimate source here. The collage source amajiva. Okay. Take some time. I know it's going to be a little long, but this is a very nice thing to learn. Actually, you're like amazed. Oh my God, this kind of things are happening around our world, right? So it's going to be a huge help, And I apologize if my English is a little out of the box, but we have our orders from the top, and we have to stick with it, right? And I hope you'll catch up with it. And let me know if you have any questions or any doubts. We'll try to help you out as much as possible. I hope you have a good day after watching this video. And happy learning science. Bye.